Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our last 2 points of this topic solution, which is the solubility of partially miscible liquid pair and fractionating column, which we'll see one by one. In the solubility of partially miscible liquid pairs, as we know, this is the type of liquid in liquid type of mixture or solutions. Most of the liquids are known which dissolves in one another only to a limited extent. Type of liquid mixtures are called as a partially miscible liquid. For the sake of convenience, we take one example, that is the ether and water. In this ether and water, the ether dissolved in about only 1.2% in water, and water dissolves in ether about only 6.5% in ether. Therefore, they called as a partially miscible liquids. When equal volume of ether and water are shaken together, that time there is a formation of two layers. From that two layers, one of the saturated solution of ether in water and another is the saturated solution of water in ether. These two types of solutions are called as a conjugated solutions. These conjugated solutions solubility in each other is depends on a temperature, means whether temperature increase or decrease that time the solubility can be increase or decrease. On the basis of this, they are classified into four types. One is the maximum solution temperature type, second one is the minimum solution temperature type, third is the maximum and minimum solution temperature type, and our last type is the without critical solution temperature type. In the first type, which is the maximum solution temperature type, in this type of liquid pairs become completely miscible at and above certain temperature. Therefore, this is called as a maximum solution temperature type. For example, phenol and water system. In this system, as the temperature increases, the mutual solubility of these two solutions in one another is increases. The temperature at which the two conjugate solutions merge in one another to form a single layer is called as the critical solution temperature or upper consolidate temperature. This critical solution temperature corresponding to the 66 degrees Celsius, and the composition at that point is a 33% phenol in water. To understand this, please see the diagram. In the diagram, on the x axis we can see the weight percentage of phenol, on the y axis we can see the temperature in a degree Celsius. Here curve AC shows the phenol in water and curve BC shows the water in phenol. Under this curve, the two liquid solutions remains in two layers, means they show the heterogeneous property we can see here, and above this curve the liquid becomes a homogeneous at all composition, which is seen in this picture. The determination of critical solution temperature may be used in to test the purity of phenol and other such substances. Our next type is the minimum solution temperature type. In this type of liquid pairs, they completely miscible at and below the certain temperature. Therefore, they called as a minimum solution temperature type. For example, triethylamine and water system. In this system, the mutual solubility of these two liquids, that is the triethylamine and water, in one another increases with a decrease in a temperature, unlike the phenol water system. In this case, the minimum temperature at which the two partial miscible liquids became a miscible liquids, this temperature is called as a minimum critical solution temperature or lower critical solution temperature. Point of minimum critical solution temperature corresponding to the 18.5 degrees Celsius. At that time, the composition of triethylamine in water is a 30%. In this diagram, we can see under the curve AC, the system is a heterogeneous, and below this curve liquid mixture is a homogeneous. Our third type is the maximum and minimum solution temperature type. In this type, partial miscible liquid pair become a miscible at both above certain temperature as well as below certain temperature. Therefore, this type is called as a maximum and minimum solution temperature type. For example, nicotine and water system. In the nicotine and water system, the solubility of nicotine in water increases with a increase in a temperature, gives rise to the maximum critical solution temperature here, and at the same time the solubility of nicotine decreases with increase in a temperature, gives rise to minimum critical solution temperature. It is observed here up to the 60.8 degrees Celsius, the solubility of nicotine in water increases, and from 60.8 degrees Celsius the solubility of nicotine in water decreases up to the 208 degrees Celsius. After this temperature, further the solubility of nicotine in water increases at all composition. In this case, between the temperature 60.8 degrees Celsius and 208 degrees Celsius, the composition remains in a heterogeneous phase, and above and below this temperature the system become a homogeneous. Our last type is the without critical solution temperature type. In this type of solution, the partially miscible liquid pair remains partially miscible at all the temperature over which the solution exists. In this type of liquid mixtures, they have a neither minimum nor maximum critical solution temperature. Therefore, these systems are always partially miscible at all temperature. Hence, they are also called as a incomplete system. Here is a non-existence of critical solution temperature, probably due to the removal of one of the component, either due to the solidification or vaporization, before the maximum and minimum critical solution temperature is reached. For example, ethyl acetate water system and chloroform and water system. In the ethyl acetate water system, the mutual solubility of ethyl acetate and water increases with a decrease in a temperature. Therefore, the minimum critical solution temperature is expected, but before this temperature reach, the water freezes, forming a ice and separate out from the solution. And in case of chloroform and water system, the mutual solubility of chloroform and water increases with increase in a temperature. Therefore, maximum critical solution temperature is expected, but Before this temperature reach, chloroform start boiling and separate out from the solution. The last concept of today's lecture is fractionating column. When the process of separation of two miscible components from their mixtures by distillation was performed by repeated distillations and condensation in continuous manner, it is a very complicated and tedious process. Separating process can be made simple using a fractionating column. The process of separation of mixtures was carried out in a continuous manner using a fractionating column is called as a fractional distillation. The construction of fractionating column is shown in this figure. In this figure we can see the column consists of a steel tank A. In this steel tank, the column D is fitted with a number of plates. This is the number of plates. These plates are fitted with a bubble cap, which is shown by a V, through which ascending vapor can be passed from the bottom to top. For every plates, the overflow tube L is attached. At the bottom, the liquid mixture is heated by the heating coil, which is denoted by B, and at the top, condenser is fixed to remove the distillate. The question arises that how the work this. Here the preheated liquid is allowed to enter in the column through E and is cooled on the plate of column D, and this preheated liquids overflow through the L3 on the lower plate. At that time, the liquid is contact with vapor, which is coming from this bubble cap V4 from the bottom. During this stage, the less volatile component from vapor is condensed, while more volatile component from this liquid is evaporated from the bubble cap V3. The more volatile component is then moved in a upward direction along with vapors. During the upward travel of vapors, the vapor become more and more richer in a more volatile component, while during downward travel of liquid, it's became a more and more richer in a less volatile component, and finally the vapors saturated with a more volatile component fed to the condenser to get a more volatile component in a pure state, and the less volatile component is removed from the bottom of the tank. This type of fractionating column is called as a bubble cap, and the efficiency of any fractionating column is expressed in the term of number of theoretical plates. Therefore, the theoretical plates is defined as the theoretical number of evaporation and condensation stages required to separate the component of the liquid mixtures completely. This type of fractionating column is used in a petroleum industry to remove the various fraction of the natural oil like petrol, diesel, kerosene. In the industry, depending upon the separation process, the length of the coil is in the range of 3 meter to 100 meter, and along with this fractionating column also used to separate the mixture of organic liquids in a laboratory. I hope all of you understood this topic. Thank you very much.